Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. I want to go through the entire 2021 schedule and predict if the Bears will win or lose for all 17 games of the 2021 season. And at the end, we'll see how many wins and losses the Bears have. Real quick, just a rapid-fire sprint through the schedule here, then we'll break it down game by game. At the Rams, Sunday Night Football, Week 1. Bengals at home in Week 2. At the Browns in Week 3 before hosting Detroit in Week 4. Weeks 5 through 9, at Vegas in Week 5. Packers in Week 6. At Tampa Bay in Week 7. 49ers at home in Week 8. Steelers on the road, Monday Night Football in Week 9. Week 10 bye. Week 11 against the Ravens. Week 12 at Detroit. And then Week 13 against the Cardinals at home. But then the final stretch is at Green Bay versus Minnesota, at Seattle, Giants, and then at Minnesota in Week 18. The Packers and Vikings games are in prime time. By the way, if you notice, the entire schedule alternates. Away, home, the entire season. Never seen it before. Very, very strange. Before we go game by game, predict the Bears' 2021 record, 17-game season. So don't say 10-6. Say 10-7 or 11-6 or whatever it is. Predict the Bears' record in 2021 at the end of this video, so stick with us. We will see where I have the Bears stacking up in the NFC North. All right, let's go through it game by game. Week 1 against the Los Angeles Rams. Sunday Night Football on the road, prime time. Couple of things to keep in mind here. Prime time Andy Dalton hasn't been good in his career. Don't expect Justin Fields to start this game. So you add all that up against a good Rams team, especially defensively. I got LA 28-20. I think the Rams take care of business in Week 1. I think the Bears will be competitive, but I will trust Matthew Stafford in that game a little bit more than Andy Dalton, especially it being at home. Pair of quarterbacks playing with new teams this season. Week 2, the Bengals come to town. Maybe a little revenge against Cincinnati for Andy Dalton, as this one will be in Chicago. And I think Dalton gets some revenge. 31-23, Bears get it done. They improve to 1-1 with a Week 2 win over Cincinnati. Defense forces a couple of big field goals, gets a turnover late from Joe Burrow. Week 3 on the road again against Cleveland. So 2 tough road games in the first 3 weeks. LA and now the Cleveland Browns. This will be a 1 o'clock kick on Sunday, September 26th. And I'm going to go with Cleveland 30-21 in this one. I think the Browns are a force to be reckoned with. You could argue this is one of, if not the best rosters in the National Football League. The Bears fall to 1-2 with this loss to the Cleveland Browns, which means one thing and one thing only. Alert time. The OGs know Justin Fields starts Week 4, baby. Quarterback change from Matt Nagy. He gets the start in Week 4. Why does he start Week 4? A couple of reasons. Number 1, you're off to a 1-2 start. Number 2, Detroit stinks, so get him in there against a bad defense in the Detroit Lions. Justin Fields comes out, full guns a-blazing, 31-17. The Bears get it done over the Detroit Lions in Week 4. Our live audience here at Chicago Bears Now just lost it. The OGs know. Trust me, the OGs know. So 2-2 through the first month of the season. When's it going to be time? What week will Justin Fields take over as the starting quarterback for the Chicago Bears? I'm saying Week 4. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. When will Fields take over as the Bears starting quarterback? All right, Weeks 5 through 9, Raiders, Pack, Bucks, 49ers, Steelers. We'll start in Week 5 in Vegas. This game is going to be electric in that brand new Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. I got a tight one. Justin Fields outduels Derek Carr. Sorry, Mitch. 28-27. Give me the Bears on the road as Raider Nation in shambles in this one. 3-2 record through 5 games. I think Justin Fields makes his mark in the NFL with a big win over the Raiders in Week 5. Can he do it again in Week 6? Well, I'm going to base this that Aaron Rodgers is not playing for the Packers. That's how I'm basing this video. So Jordan Love, someone else, I don't really care. At home, I'll take the Bears beating the Packers if Aaron Rodgers is not there. 24-20, that Packers roster is still good. If they get adequate quarterback play, they can still do damage. But I got the Bears winning in a close one at home to improve to 4-2. Week 7 on the road against the defending Super Bowl champs. This is when you see Justin Fields really look like a rookie. That defense is loaded, that pass rush is nasty, and Tom Brady is still Tom Brady. Bucks hammer Chicago 31-13 in Week 7. I keep it real. I'm not going to sugarcoat this thing and have the Bears going 15-2 or something crazy like that. 31-13, the Bucks smack Chicago in Week 7. Week 8 against another tough opponent, but this one at home against the 49ers. I'm going to go with an all-rookie matchup. I think Trey Lance is the starter at this point as well for the 49ers, so we see maybe a young rivalry brewing between Justin Fields and Trey Lance. I got Fields, though, 27-24 over San Francisco. They get it done over the 49ers, take care of business at home, which is what you have to do in the National Football League. I'll take Justin Fields and the Bears improving to 5-3. Who will have the better career between these two young quarterbacks? Type JF for Justin Fields, type TL for Trey Lance. Get your votes in on this one. I like Fields. I think he's more quarterback ready now, and I think he might have even more potential than Trey Lance too, which he does have a lot of potential as well. Should be fun to watch these two over the next several years. Give me Justin Fields, though. I'm really confident in his abilities. Week 9, Monday Night Football on the road against the Pittsburgh Steelers. This feels like a lower scoring, type of affair in Pittsburgh. Give me the Steelers, 24-19. I could see Pittsburgh's defense being pretty swarming, affect Fields a little bit, stuffing the run and forcing him to beat them. A lot of Cairo Santos field goals in this game, not enough. Big Ben, 24-19 over Justin Fields. Before we get to the second half of the schedule, as I've got the Bears at 5-4 at the midway point, subscribe. Hit that big red button and get caught up on the latest breaking news, rumors, more daily videos around your Chicago Bears. We'll have it all covered here on this channel, so hit that big red button and subscribe today. Week 10 bye week for the Bears, so let's jump to Week 11 here as the Baltimore Ravens come to town. And this will be interesting. This will be very, very interesting between Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson, two of the faster quarterbacks in the NFL. Logic would tell you to pick the Ravens, and they are the better team. However, coming off the bye week, I'm going to say this is a signature win for the rookie. 28-27, the Bears defense makes Lamar Jackson one-dimensional. They contain him in the running game, and Fields gets a signature win over one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Bears improved to 6-4 in Week 11. Week 12 against Detroit, Thanksgiving affair. God, the Lions stink. You got to sweep Detroit if you want to make the playoffs if you're the Bears. I think this will be a close one, though. Road game, Detroit always gets up for Thanksgiving. I'll take the Bears 28-24, improving to 7-4. Really good shape through 11 games so far this season. But remember, strong tough finish, I should say, to the schedule the rest of the way. Bears sit at 7-4. Tough game, Week 13. Arizona comes to town, and you got to take care of business at home. I don't think they do in this one, though. I like the Cardinals. I like the direction they're going in. I think they come to Chicago and win 30-23 over the Bears. They get some vengeance, if you will, from last year. Remember, the Cardinals needed the Bears to lose in Week 17 since they lost to make the playoffs, and that did not happen. So I think the Cardinals get a little bit of revenge in this one. They win 30-23. Who will win the NFC North this season? Type CHI for the Bears, type GB for the Packers, DET for the Detroit Lions, MIN for the Vikings. I think if Aaron Rodgers is out of this division, it's wide open. I truly do. I don't think Detroit can win it, but I think any of the other three can if Rodgers is gone. I think 9-8, 10-7 could win this division if Rodgers is out of it. So we'll see what happens. Let me know who will win the NFC North this season. Stretch run. Packers, Vikings, Seahawks, Giants, Vikings, 3 divisional games over your final 5 weeks. Could come down to the stretch if the Bears win the division or not. Again, if Aaron Rodgers is not in the NFC North. Sunday Night Football in Week 14, Chicago at Green Bay. Again, I'm basing this as if Aaron Rodgers is not a Packer. Still not going to pick him at Lambeau Field in December. That's a tough place to win at. I think the Bears split this series if Rodgers is gone. 27-21, the Packers win in Week 14. Bears lose their second straight game to fall to 7-6. Right in the mix for a NFC North / wild card spot. Because again, I think it'll be less wins in the North this season. Week 15 against the Minnesota Vikings at home, another primetime game, Monday Night Football. I think the extra day off helps. I think playing at home helps. Primetime Kirk Cousins is questionable. I'll take Justin Fields and the Bears in this one, 28-20 over Minnesota. They improved to 8-6 through 14 games. Big win for the Bears late in the season here. Week 16, and that's why you got to beat Minnesota at home, because then you go to Seattle. It's going to be a tough one on the day after Christmas, December 26th. I think it's pretty one-way traffic here. Seattle's an experienced team. Russell Wilson's a big-time quarterback. 28-16. I think Seattle wins this game. Bears fall to 8-7 with 2 games remaining, which means you probably got to get to at least 9 wins to have a chance at the division or to at least secure a potential wild card spot. Week 17, one of the easier games on paper on the schedule, which is nice late in the year. Giants come to town. Now, no game in the NFL is easy, but this is an easier one compared to the rest of the schedule. 27-17, Bears beat the Giants at home in Week 17 to improve to 9-7, 10-point win. I like Justin Fields more than Daniel Jones, even though we haven't seen Fields yet. Sorry, Marshall, it just is what it is. Week 18, Bears at Vikings. Could come down to this, potentially, if A-Rod is out of the division. Road games are tough in the division. They just are. I think this is a classic, 26-24 Vikings. I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I'm not going to, just come on here and say that the Bears are going to go 14-3, 15-2, sugarcoat things. I think 9-8, if Fields starts most of the season, is an excellent year. And I think that probably gets you into the playoffs. Maybe not winning the division, but 9-8, you got a good chance at the wild card. You made it at 8-8 a year ago. Just remember and keep that in mind. So what do you think? Get your record predictions in, of course, but also let me know, will the Bears make the playoffs? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Will Chicago make the postseason this year?